Hey guys, welcome back to Zenworks channel. Today we are building AMG Torquis 3. Yes, I can't afford neither find stock for the Torquis Flugo, so let's build something in my Gabler Hill. As you all know, I'm a huge fan of the Torquis 3, so I bought both RG and AMG. If you haven't watched my RG Torquis 3 review, it's always in my RG's playlist. Well, Torquis 3 is obviously based on the mode of AMG Torquis EW, so the real questions are, which version is better, RG or AMG? If they are both reissued, which one should you go for? What about the pricing and features? We have quite a lot of comparison to do, so let's quickly open the box and go through the runners. Just like most of the PB releases, the instruction manual featured no additional information about Torquis 3. If you're really wanting to learn more about the Torquis series, you can always watch my HLMS Torquis episode. Again, I'm here to request Bandai actually put some explanation in the menu because we spent a lot of money and you can't even put efforts in to write a brief info paragraph about the MS. That's not acceptable. Move away from the manual thing, you will see a lot of runners are recycled. So you're not paying for those extra plastic weights like Hakushiki Crash or Gym Dominance. As you all know, RG is basically the design of AMG with some modern adjustment and technologies. So it's a really good chance to see how's the original design. Compared to other PB, T3 is on the cheaper side because Bandai reissue it a lot of times. So even the scalpelers are trying super hard, but T3 won't be very expensive. I encourage people to buy a T3 if you really like the design, because T3 is possibly one of the cheapest PB for people who don't have access to PB website. As for the question of RG or AMG, it will be answered soon, and let's meet again in the review. Hey guys, welcome back to the AMG Torquis 3 review. So this is the finishing of it. Today, I broke my own rule and applied the waterside decals for the review. I usually don't recommend people to do that if you will play with the articulations and posing first, as the movements and hand sweat will have a high chance to scrub the decals off. Today, T3 don't have a lot of decals, so I thought why not? Generally, if you ask my first impression, AMG has a tight joint overall. Meanwhile, when I finished the RG before, some joints were tight, but after the review it's starting to move easily and you can swing the limbs. At the moment, AMG is quite tight, but tight is always better than loose. Despite the great stability, but AMG is harder to stand by itself compared to RG. Make sure to be patient when it comes to standing pose. Alright, let's roll and take a look at the AMG Torquis 3. T3 don't have a lot of plastic waste. It's mostly joints and frames, which those parts are very good for custom, so you all can have fun reusing it. I don't have use with the leftovers. On the left is AMG Torquis 3, on the right is RG Torquis 3. Before comparing, make sure to tell me in the comments which version you liked better. You can see some differences on the surface. AMG is clear when it comes to joints and armor parts. RG is all white on the arms, MG got some light gray on the joint to define it. Even though the small colors aren't a big deal, for me it's important to have a clear separation. As for the colors, you can see that RG have more undergate designs, but MG is mostly hidden. If you're pursuing obvious appearance, RG is better for that part. Secondly, the blue on both versions is different. It's really dependent on your taste. I personally like the darker blue on the MG. Lastly, MG is more lore accurate and RG added a bit of Gunpla exclusive extensions. Just like the usual, we are always starting from the head. Compare between MG and RG, MG's face is more comfortable. RG is a bit narrow and felt like squashed together. But again, it's really dependent on personal feelings. The antenna on the forehead is a homage to Char's mask. You can see the two eyes on the mask-like antenna. There's two parts you need to repaint. The side of the face requires dark gray and the falcon gun on the head is yellow. As for the articulations, moving up and down is better than RG. You can see the neck armor move along with the head too. Rotation is 360, but you always need to be careful about the long piece on the back of the head. The chest is still a very Togeki's traditional design, no changes whatsoever. The only difference between MG and RG is that MG has Ziggs sitting in the cockpit, while RG is a mechanical cockpit wall. Some people said that MG worth more because Ziggs is sitting in there. Well, it's really your opinion and it's not considered as worth or not. As for the articulations, RG is a stiff pick joint in the middle. MG is multiple ball joints in the middle. The reason why RG's upper body won't lean back is because RG sacrificed movements to make the thruster stay in place. While on the MG, it ensured the movement, but it's now like RG Shinanju. As you can see, moving front and back is good, side to side is a little bit, and rotation is bad because of the sizes. One of the most notable designs on the T3 is the big shoulders. It has a separate movement on the outer armor. You usually use it to adjust the weapon storage during some of the poses. For those of you that will paint or top coat, the ball-shaped shoulders will scratch a bit of the area on the side of the chest. Just be careful about that. The whole arm can rotate 360, but you need to pull the joint out and keep finding the spot to turn without scratching the paint or top coat. The shoulders are too big, so lifting is below 90. Moving front and back is quite good. The arm rotation is very stable and smooth, and bending is touching the shoulders. You can see the armor split on the elbow during bending too. Other than Fitz hands, optional hands included open hands, trigger hands, and beam saber hands. The hands are all white on the T3, so I highly recommend you to panel line the hands. The waist didn't change at all, exactly the same as Togeki's. The only difference is RG can pull the thruster out and MG is fixed. The front skirt is very small and hard to move, but it can still move 90 degrees. Side skirt is a ball joint. You can lift a bit, but you won't use the side skirt anyways. It's mostly mounted in the vise. Back skirt is fixed. The only part that you can move is the armor cover. Once you open it, you will see the thruster. T3 had the exact same leg designs as the original, but just turned into all white. Additional scores to Bandai didn't use the leg adjuster because honestly, that design is a disaster. FYI, the legs are quite hard to push in, so make sure you take your time to push it in slowly. As for the articulations, front kick is below 90, side kick is a bit more than 45. Back kick is a little bit only. For the legs part, RG performed better because the ball joint on the side skirt is retractable. MG's ball joint cannot retract, so the movement range will be heavily affected. The knee band on the MG is very nice. RG copied the entire thing, but MG still performed better. I like a clear light gray color joint. The feet are slightly worse than RG because it's a double joint connection, but because it's a ball joint, so moving it is very easy. Moving front and back is pretty nice. The tip of the foot also has a separate movement. Side to side is a double movement. The ankle and foot will move on its own. Lastly, 360 is possible and smooth too. On the back, there's a pair of super vernier. The design is the same as original except the colors are different. The vernier can move from the base joint to adjust the distance. There's a joint to move up and down, so it's enough for boosting poses. To open the vernier, pull both parts on the side and it will automatically open the whole vernier. About this design, MG did it better because it's very convenient and satisfying. RG is very good too, but it's not as satisfying as the MG one, as some of the openings required manual adjustment. So personally, I'll give the score to MG, but if you'd like to see the full details, RG did it better for sure. Alright, the last part is the weapons. T3 got very simple and basic weapons. This is the Mega Cannon is very long and almost as tall as the T3 itself when you expand it. To open the cannon, you need to pull out the extra length of the barrel. Pull the entire barrel up, and this is the maximum output mode. When you don't use the Mega Cannon, push the weapon arm into the ball joint. You can actually pretend it's a support stand to make it stand better. The second accessory is a shield. This shield is cool, but appearance is never the point. You can choose between handheld or ball joint connection. There's 2 beam sabers on the back of the shield. Put an effect part in and it's ready. It's very nice that the effect parts came with a bit of curve. At the bottom of the shield, you can extend the heat rod using extension parts. MG is part by part. The connection is not that flexible and fragile too. The top of the extension parts is very easy to break, so make sure you're being careful about it. Personally, ROG did a way better job with the wire. MG just sucks when it comes to heat rod structure. There's 10 in total, but I'm too lazy, so let's do a couple of it. I won't finish it because I strongly dislike the design. Just like the Mega Cannon, the shield can hang below the shoulder through weapon arms. Lastly, the kit included a figure of Preventer Wind. Have fun repainting it. Thank you for watching the MG Talk is Free review. Before I end the video, let me do a conclusion. In terms of which one should you go for, we have a couple categories to assess. If you want to pick something straightforward and friendly to out-of-box builders, ROG is definitely your choice. Not only the details and undergate colors are easy to spot, the size is small so it's better for posing. However, I personally think that ROG is lacking some colors on the limbs, which it affects the overall appearance. Also, the scale is quite weird as the upper body including the head is like squeezed together, but scale rating is something subjective. As for the weapons, ROG won again as the wire in the heat rod worked way better than MG, and it looks more natural. Additionally, it's really friendly to out-of-box builders because most nut marks are either hidden or small, easy to clean. Coming back to MG, the scale and colors are the best in my opinion, but MG is large, so posing will have some difficulties, especially the ankle and the middle of the chest is a ball joint. Loose feeling is there for sure. The nut marks are quite big, so you need to sand carefully and sand for a long time. However, the overall appearance is definitely better than ROG. The super vernier on the back is better than ROG in my opinion, and more importantly, it's anime accurate. Now, based on the info, you can choose it yourself, but once upon a time, a wise man like me said a powerful sentence. Only kids make choices. I want them both. Yes, I bought both, so I'm not a kid. For real though, ROG will fit out-of-box builders better. MG is for painting builders or you're a huge fan of Talk is Free. So choose which version you liked better. Thanks for watching, and if you like my videos, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell next to it to get my updates. Thank you Pams for making the awesome thumbnail. Be sure to check out his channel. Join my Discord. All the links are in the description and feel free to donate. See you next time. Bye bye.